Another dark look from the diary of the griever named John Weaver, which is me. Morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Are we emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived? Because I sure as hell am. It's the 4th of April, 2026 of Saturday. We are almost finalizing the Easter weekend. Tomorrow is Easter sunrise services, or Easter Sunday. But for right now, it is strictly Saturday. And lo and behold, what the independents were talking about, besides other things happening, was the government missing up on one thing or another thing. More people, more tragedy. More politicians doing stupids left and right. Did they actually the corporate media try to do something about an Easter sunrise, an Easter service at the White House? White House wanted to keep it private, but no, Trump wanted it public. So he puts all the sycophants he's got over there, all the religious sycophants. And they're blowing smoke up his ass. One of them even considered Trump to be Christ-like, which earned the scorn and ridicule of media on his ass. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's drinking it in whatever he can. He's taken away in his trillion-dollar budget all the assistance people need to survive, just so he can fund his stupid-ass war, which he takes no pleasure and no interest in, only because it's there and he wants it continued. He thinks he's won over Iran, and Iran is simply pissed off at him and trying to find another way to get back. Either they start talking with the old asshole, which they don't want to do that in the first place, or the neutral allies that we normally go through, like Sweden, they've washed their hands. They've said, no, we're not dealing with the United States. We're not dealing with Trump. This is your mess, United States, you fix it. So the only way the United States wants to do it, through Hegseth and Trump, is to bomb the shit out of Iran and kill more civilians. Meanwhile, we've lost, 2 or 3 planes already? Still got 1 pilot missing. Yesterday, we were getting reports of 2 planes missing. 1 full crew rescued, 1 half crew rescued, and 1 other pilot disappeared. But we're going to have thoughts and prayers and want all the Easter blessings we can. It reminds me of a story that I kept trying to say to the Reverend Ed, Church Without Walls. Shout out to him. About the story of the master that was out there for decades. Except there should have been new story lines added to it. A variation. A spoiled person who thinks he's entitled of God's graces and God's gifts. And he's going to get Jesus in his back pocket because he's who he is. A selfish, vain person who's hurt a hell of a lot of people. But he's going to try to say the nice, right, cooling words to Swade. And at the end of the day, he's cursing out God, he's cursing out Jesus. And he's cursing out the person who got the blessings in the first place. And anybody else who comes along this way is not supporting the guy. But he called himself a follower. How dare Jesus and God do this to him? He's special, don't you know that? Everybody else in the town told him that. In fact, throughout the day, everyone else kept paying tributes to the guy. He goes on a soapbox, frames himself, and everybody pays tribute to the guy. Why couldn't God? Why couldn't Jesus? Couldn't they say how special he was? He was made in God's image, but he doesn't believe it. He recreated his own image. That he believes. And he's the greatest, because he says so. So even God and Jesus would have to pay tribute to the guy. And at the end of the day, God or Jesus will never pay tribute. The people that he kept pushing at the streets, saying, well, what do you got for me? You hear people say, please, please, I need help. Well, what are you going to do for me? I don't know. What do you want? Oh, you're not going to be very loyal to me because you're not very helpful. Go away. Constable, get rid of this person. They're an intruder here in this town. I run this town. I'm a famous person here. I know. Weak-ass story talking about today's terms. People coming to the new land to start a new beginning, to get help to redo their lives, or rebuild their lives, or maybe continue with their lives. For some who haven't got the damn paperwork to go through the borders the right way, they get hunted and hounded and tossed on their air and then tossed out of the country with a stigma marked on them. Their companions are other people who have been there for years, either by natural birthright or immigration, even naturalized, get tossed on their ear because the spoiled brat who claimed he was a child of God. No, he never claimed he was a child of God. He was God. He's king. And therefore God, Jesus, should obey him and worship him. He tries to be humble among those who were paying tribute to the guy, because he's there to drink it up, to bathe in the water of ego. Somewhere in the stories in the New Testament that people keep forgetting, because the sycophants that the old gas bag has keeps going into the Old Testaments where there's blood and guts and God did this for the people, so therefore God's going to do that for our people right now. And why not? God did that for the other people in the Crusades and other wars. He'll do that for us. God will be on us. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. As much as anything, we need to get our ass kicked. We need to be extremely humbled and humiliated. We need to be broken apart. We need to be torn apart. We need to be ground up into dust. We came from dust, we go back to dust. A lot of people are not going to take into that concept right there, because what they're thinking about America is no longer. It's someone else's version of it that got voted in, and he took control. And everybody else pays the price, because they voted the bastard in, directly or indirectly. So, 250 years going down tubes because of fucking ego. It's not because of lack of resources, it's because of fucking ego. And we did this to ourselves. And nobody likes this anymore, because of our fucking ego. Nobody liked the Roman Empire, and their empire was conquering people left and right with bloodshed and swords and everything else. Conscripting the natives in their lands to be the part of the Roman Empire. And if not, they got elements of the original Roman Empire ready to kick their ass. Be cruel to everybody. You worship what the Caesar worships. He is God. Your God is non-existent. Your God is a pointed hat dude. Doesn't exist anymore. He's a fantasy. He's a fallacy. And that's what we're dealing with. People that keep thinking about that one. A lot of people of faith keep thinking God's mighty and Jesus is mighty, but no. Right now in this mortal earth, it's the ego that runs things. because they're controlling the money, they're controlling everybody just by their say-so. They say so. And people have listened. So now we have the bully boys who don't think for themselves, who are robotic, who are soft in certain factories and certain companies. They've turned to AIs. They've turned to robots. And they've turned away the human needs and the human conditions. The human want and desire is more than what the human need is. We need shower, we need shelter, we need food, we need clean clothes, we need to have employment, we need to have self-respect, we need to be treated as humans. Not going to happen at our age, not happening this century. It sure as hell ain't happening this year. Want to hear something? Favorite baseball team that has been here for over 70 years in Los Angeles. Well, since the 50s anyway. And world-class baseball team in Los Angeles. They go digital. Certain tickets you can get in a ticket booth and get hard copy. But what if you're a season ticket holder who's been a constant loyal fan for 50 years? And because the season ticket holders are now treated as digital, everyone does the digital. Well, how about those who don't do digital? Want to get their damn tickets? They can't get them at the ticket office. They can't get any information out of the home office either to get the hard copy like they used to. In order to save cost for paper, printing, God knows what else they're saving cost on. Well, they have to because they're paying billions of dollars to the players. They're supposed to give them another Super Bowl ring. Actually, World Series ring. Yeah, I screwed that one up, didn't I? Saw a story yesterday on Noob concerning about an 81-year-old fan, diehard, had been paying and been getting his season ticket holders at a certain seats. And he's got his favorite spot. And he's having a ball. Except this year, they went totally digital. And he's pissed. So he went to the news and bellyached about it. That he can't do digital. He's never done a computer in his life. My question, did the guy ever use anybody else to do a computer for him to get the paperwork? Nothing. No, the Dodgers didn't do what the guy wanted to do in the first place. I don't care if he owns a business or not. The Dodger organization is the Dodger organization. If maybe for good publicity, they could give the guy a ticket or two in paper. Season tickets in paper. Is that possible? If he can do the hard copy during the day games at the stadium, you couldn't do it for a season holder. But you're trying to get cost savings here. See, it doesn't add up in the office, and it doesn't add up to the public, and it sure as hell doesn't add up to me. Now, either I could take the point of saying that the guy was belly aching too much and say, get with it. But an 81 has a hard time trying to adjust to new technology these days if he hadn't used the technology in the first place. Or probably got embarrassed of asking people for help to use the technology for him. But he's self-sufficient. But even he can't move the Dodgers. Or can he? We'll see. What do I think about it? I'm 60 years old. I've been using technology ever since the damn thing came out. I played video games. I've typed on too many damn keyboards. I've gotten wrist issues over it throughout the years. I wear and sleep braces every night. Every time I go to bed to lay down to sleep, I wear the braces. I change them all the time when I can. Wear them out like constantly. But that's my penance for using computers all the damn time on the keyboards. Now, granted, they've got the AI crap out there, and I'm not comfortable with the AI crap. It's imperfect, it still doesn't work right, and I'm not dealing with the shit. But I am not at the point where the clamshell phone is going to be the only way for me to get around. I still need a smartphone because it does things that even a computer would do. But they're their own computers. And I got no problems using the damn thing unless it starts breaking down, and I got a problem with it. Throw it out, replace it, get a new one. If I can't get it repaired, if I can't get it reprogrammed, if I can't get a new screen for it, a new glass on it, then I got to deal with what I got to deal with. That's what I do. Now, as for the guy dealing with his digital tickets, you got younger people out there who know how to be keyboard jocks. What's wrong with using them? Even if they're employees, just ask a favor out of them. Guy can't think outside the box. He's too enclosed in his own box. The new technology these days we have to get used to, including AI crap. But here's a catch concerning about AI crap. How wonderful the damn thing is, but how much resources it takes out of people. But more than that, how it takes out of environment. Screws up the water table, screws up everything else. Not to mention what kind of gases the damn thing's producing left and right. And sucking up too much energy just to run the damn computers. With all the new cost of technology we have, it's costing us more and more in resources. But you want to talk about costing people more and more in resources. Iran's going into the doghouse, or actually into the Bronze Age, because a certain gas bag in a presidential position says so. After he fires missiles, and so does Israel, into Iran, he says the war is over. But we're sending ground troops over to protect oil places in Iran. We're flying missions into Iran and getting our planes shot down, let alone choppers get shot down. But we're going to bomb it back into the Stone Age, and yet they keep throwing technical sufficient, if I want to call it that way, drones to do the dirty work. Guys, we're already in World War III. We don't even realize the damn thing. It's just taking another route for self-destruction. Already, the gas bag wants us to get out of NATO. And probably out of the United Nations. I've said this before. We don't accept responsibility, accountability, or transparency for the damn shit we're doing. We don't apologize to anybody because we're the United States. We got this fucking arrogant ego shit going on with our damn lives in our heads. So basically, we're trying to fuck over the people while telling them America's number one, we're the greatest, and we're looking out for us. But we need your help. Otherwise, we're going to be sucking resources from everybody else just to continue our war. So you owe us. According to a gas bag and his followers. Am I hitting marks right on this one? Alright, world, you tell me what the fuck's going on. What do you think about my own astute analysis? That being said,